Being a caregiver for a family member can be very rewarding. It can be very challenging, too. Besides taking a physical and emotional toll, it can also take a real financial toll, especially if you're paying for home safety upgrades, covering medical expenses, cutting back on hours at your job, or having to leave your job altogether. In some states and in certain situations, you may be eligible to get paid for the care you provide, but finding reliable information about caregiver compensation can be overwhelming and very time-consuming. The AARP Foundation Paid for Care Hub can help. It's a free online tool developed with support from United Healthcare, where you can search compensation programs, explore your options, and get answers to frequently asked questions. Find out today if it's possible to be compensated for the time, effort, and care you're providing. Visit paidforcare.aarpfoundation.org to learn more.
Get the truth and nothing but the truth with Sherwin Hughes every weekday from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. on 101.7 FM, 1510 a.m. WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
You are watching a master at work.
Truth Nation, get ready for the greatest 60 minutes in radio, giving you his authentic and bold opinions, bringing you all the information, entertainment, and conversations you gotta hear. From local issues to trending topics and headline news, it is time for Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace on the award-winning 1017 The Truth app, 1017thetruth.com, and streaming live on YouTube. Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is your award-winning host, Kyle Wallace.
Truth to Power here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. I am Kyle Wallace, the host of Truth to Power, and we are coming live to you from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue, the 3rd Street Market Hall in the Avenue. Shout out to my boy DJ Brother Z holding it down on the ones and the twos. Shout out to you, Truth Nation. As always, you can watch and stream us live on YouTube by going to 1017 The Truth on YouTube. That's 1017 The Truth on YouTube. Give us a thumbs up and a like. Also, make sure you subscribe, as our goal is to get to 5,000 subscribers by the end of 2025. And what a year 2025 has been so far. It has been interesting as we are through the first quarter of 2025, now entering the second quarter of 2025. A lot of crazy things happening, not only in this, politically, but also in some of our lives. And so yesterday, Truth Nation, I didn't forget. I just didn't have time to bring it up. It was a hot show yesterday. But I didn't get to tell y'all yesterday I had an appointment after work. I had a 6 o'clock appointment after work, a very important appointment. Many of us have these life appointments that we have to go to. And so I had a 6 o'clock appointment. I don't know why is Ricky and Zach looking at me like that? They're looking at me like I'm crazy. But I had an appointment. Y'all have appointments, sometimes to go to the barber, right? Y'all have a barber shop.
Going to the barber is very normal.
Yeah, going to the barber is I had a barbershop appointment. That's basically what I had yesterday. I had to go to the barber and I had a barbershop appointment.
Watch your mouth, bruh.
I had a barbershop appointment. Now, the reason why he played the hotkeys is, as you can see, there's a screen, and go to 1017 The Truth on YouTube, because maybe we'll play it now, maybe we'll play it later. But yesterday I had an appointment for a good cause. Your boy got a Brazilian wax yesterday. Yes. I'm waxed and vaxxed and ready for the summer. Because of the fact, what, Ricky?
You feel new and refreshed, huh?
I
feel clean.
I had a meeting with the wax lady in the bar. She was my barber. I have a barber I got a dreads lady who I'm finna go see in about 2 weeks. I got my barber. Shout out to Mo Cuts. My barber. Shout out to Michelle African Hair Braid. Shout out to them for keeping me whipped and dipped and tight. And shout out to yesterday for my barbershop appointment for Below the Waist. Now, y'all may be thinking, why the hell is Colin again? Make sure y'all go to 1017 The Truth on YouTube. 1017 The Truth on YouTube if you do want to watch this video. But you might be thinking, why in the world would this man be willing to go and get a Brazilian wax and talk about it on the radio? Well, y'all know I do another show. It's called Kyle Brust and Nortman 2 to 5 on ESPN Wisconsin. And now on that show, they get me into a lot of nonsense. And this Zach always tell me, why you let these white boys get you into all this mess? And I said, it's what we do over there. And so we were doing a fundraiser for the MAC Fund. The MAC Fund is an organization that raises money for childhood cancer. And somebody came in and was like, hey, we're looking to raise money. And I didn't say this. My co-host, Ben Brust, the Ben Brust that if you watch Wisconsin basketball back in the day, he played in the Final Four. He was a really good player. He's my co-host there on Kyle Brust and Nortman 2 to 5 on ESPN Wisconsin. But he said if somebody donates $1,000 right now,
this is a sick Negro.
He's a sick white boy. If somebody donates $1,000 right now, Kyle and I will get a Brazilian bikini wax. I said, whoa, wait a minute now. What you mean Kyle and I? He said, Kyle's $4,000. I said, wait a minute. Time out. Wait, hold on.
Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
I said, you done threw my name into this now. I didn't say I was finna do this. And so he was like, hey, Kyle, it's for childhood cancer. Now, come on now, Truth Nation.
Are you out of your damn mind?
But it's for I couldn't say no. I can't say no, I ain't finna do this. And guess what? Yeah, Somebody donate. Somebody literally text in. I'm gonna donate $1,000 for y'all to get a bikini Brazilian wax. And we ended up raising like $3,000 that day. What was I to do? I can't say no. I can't say like, hey, if somebody said if y'all do it, I got $1,000 right now. Put it on live. I'll give you $1,000. That's what he said. They said put the bikini wax on live. I'll give you $1,000. And I listen. So I got a Brazilian wax yesterday. And shout out to you ladies who do this on a norm, on a reg. It was interesting. Again, make sure y'all go to 1017 The Truth on YouTube, because we gonna play the video. We ain't gonna play it yet. But I just need y'all to go to 1017. I need more of y'all on YouTube before I play this, right? Kyle got to land the strip, maybe.
So it takes $1,000 for you to get it, but you need 1,000 people to be in here to watch it.
I need more people in there to watch the video. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a good one. It's a good video, right? And no, you're not gonna see my mouth. Y'all not gonna see it. Listen, for all y'all interested, male, female, whatever it is, however you identify, no, you're not gonna get to see the good stuff. That's illegal. I can't show y'all the good stuff on YouTube. It get blocked. So the good stuff ain't gonna be there. But if you want to see my reaction to getting a Brazilian wax, we are going to play it during the show. Make sure y'all tap in on 1017 The Truth on YouTube. And yes, they done got me in some wild. So I will say this though, I ain't never been this bald a day in my life. I'm telling you, I looked down and I said, oh my gosh. I said, it's gone. And the woman was just casually having a conversation. And here's the thing about it. This is what I did not realize. She get in there and she told me, drop your drawers. I said, wait a minute, what? She said, drop your drawers. I said, all my drawers? She said, yeah, drop your drawers. I said, pretzel style. I said, wait a minute. Now, I can't just,
Bust it open. Get your son.
That's what she basically told me. She said, come on now. We ain't got time. I got another appointment coming. I said, all right. So there's a video that I do have of me kind of talking her through it. And as I'm dropping my draw, I drop my pants and I'm sitting there talking like, yeah, I feel like she took it from me. You know what I'm saying?
Did she give you a kiss after it?
No, she did not. She didn't. She actually rushed me out after. She rushed me out.
Oh, she called you an Uber.
She said, move, basically, get your ass up out of here. That's basically what happened yesterday. I'm telling you, she literally told me. I think it's in the video. She said, go ahead, drop him now. I said, okay. And took him off. She said, come on, pop up there, sit down, cross leg, now pretzel style, crisscross applesauce. I said, okay. So I was exposed, and she just went to work, straight up put the wax in, and she took it from me yesterday, y'all. She took it from me. But she did say I have very healthy hair. I will say that. She said very healthy, so I was very proud about that. But 833-212-1017, that's the Truth Talk to Tesla. I'm going to play this video for y'all. I ain't going to play it now, but we're going to play the video. As you can see, it's teased. We're going to play this video of me getting a bikini Brazilian waxed yesterday for a good cause. I raised $1,000. Look, Ben want to see the video with your freaky ass. Ben want to see the video. He trying to look at it.
Of course, Ben want to see the video.
Ben, you can't see the goods. You can't see the goods. Nasty behind. Ben said, I want to figure out how it is. What, Ben, what?
Show me the video.
What you
What
mean?
is going?
We gotta see this video.
Dad, you a little bit too close. You a little bit too
I
excited.
want to see it, bro.
Bro, see what?
I'm trying to see what you got going on.
What do you mean by that?
Oh my God!
you know what's-
Kyle and Ben been compromised.
You know there is a video. I didn't play this one where I was talking about I told her I wanted to I was like, all right, when we going I said when we gonna do the where is it at? I said so. All right, so is this strip for the big kahuna? And she said, no, not the big kahuna yet. We got to get above that. I said, whoa. I was talking about something else. So it's pretty funny. So again, 833-212-1017. Now we're gonna play this video for y'all. I think we got. I think we got enough folks here. Go to 1017 The Truth on YouTube. Go to 1017 The Truth on YouTube. And we're going to debut the video of just I got a couple videos. This is just one of the videos of me getting waxed. Make sure the volume's all the way turned up and get my reaction to getting, cleaned up a little bit. I'm telling you, I'm smooth as can be. But again, make sure y'all go to 1017 The Truth on YouTube. And again, before we play it, we're going to be debuting here in the next minute. Shout out to all ladies who do this. Because listen, I'm going to tell y'all this right now. I mean, it wasn't comfortable. It's not something I want to do, but for y'all being willing to do what y'all do for, y'all own to love thyself and what y'all do for the male gaze. So y'all not looking like, it's 1970 in a video you ain't supposed to watch. Ricky, you know what I'm talking about. I appreciate it. Because it wasn't comfortable. Well, again, go to 1017 The Truth on YouTube. Go to 1017 The Truth on YouTube right now as we will debut the video of me getting a wax yesterday. Go ahead, you play it, Zach.
All right. So now we got the first strip down. I was told I couldn't show y'all the mound, so y'all can't see the mound. I was told I wasn't allowed to do that by my boss.
I know y'all want to see it, though.
But here we go, y'all. Oh, gosh. This is the lower levels. Oh!
It's a little bit on the thicker side.
A little bit on the thicker side. I don't know what you're talking about. A little bit on the thicker side.
Oh, you just took it all off?
No,
Oh, that wasn't even the rip?
I can't do all of it or else it would basically do the wrong thing.
Okay, no, do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do.
That's all.
Okay. Woo, yeah, that was on the thicker side, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Here we go.
This is just the outer.
Okay.
Outers are usually nothing.
All right.
That's just one of the videos. Make sure y'all go to me. Go to ESPN. What is my Kyle Wallace ESPN on Twitter? What is this? ESPN Kyle on Twitter will be dropped. The full video will be dropped. But that is that's one of the videos. I'll probably send Zach some more videos throughout.
Don't send me any more videos.
Zach, what was your reaction when I sent you that WeTransfer link and you opened it up? Boy, I bet you ready to go to HR, huh?
Hey, anybody got Daphne phone number?
I'm not gonna lie, Kyle. When you sent the video, first thing I thought is
He sent it to you too?
You need an OnlyFans, bro.
Bro, I'm telling, dog.
You need an OnlyFans. Somebody want to see your mound, bro.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Truth, I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you. I took a before and after picture because I wanted to capture what I was before and after, and you know what? I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm telling you, I was just amazed by how clean everything was. Like, I've been looking down at myself saying, "Damn, this is different. This is different."
Is it shiny, bro?
Yeah, it is. It is. It sting a little bit. It's stinging. So I got on some sweatpants today because they told me I had to wear loose clothing for the neck. Don't go nowhere, Zach. Hey, no, come on now. We're gonna move on with the show. But I just wanted to let Truth Nation in. I wanted to let Truth Nation in a little bit on I'm gonna send you one more video, Zach. I'm gonna send you one more video so we can play another video. But that ripping stuff was tough. And I'm gonna just, it was a lot. It was a lot to deal with. 833-212-10. Yeah, it was clean and soft. It sure was. Vanessa G said clean and soft. Listen, I'm telling y'all, clean and soft. It is amazing what it is. And I'm going on vacation coming up soon. I'm getting out the country. I'm going to put me I might put a little speedo on. You don't know. Be out there at Carnival. But 833-212-1017. That is the Truth Talk to text line. Again, we can play. Go ahead. We can play it one more time as we get ready to go to break.
So now we're
gonna play it one last time as we go to break. This is me getting a wax, a Brazilian bikini wax for a good cause, Truth Nation. I ain't like that, but if you are, it is what it is. I see why people get it. But this is for a good cause. We helped raise over $2,500 for the MAC Fund on Kyle Brusted Nortman in a span of 3 hours. But then on top of that, one man donated $1,000 because we agreed to get a Brazilian bikini wax. This is the video. Go to 1017 The Truth on YouTube to watch the video. DJ Brother Z, I apologize. I guess you can report me to HR, but they
already listened.
It is what it is. Well, go ahead. Again, go to 1017 The Truth, and we'll come back on the other side. But make sure y'all go ahead and catch the video of me getting my bikini Brazilian wax.
We got the first strip down. I was told I couldn't show y'all the mound, so y'all can't see the mound. I was told I wasn't allowed to do that by my boss, but here we go, y'all. Oh gosh, this is the lower levels. Oh!
It's a little bit on the thicker side.
A little bit on the thicker side. Somebody says down there.
Oh, you just took it all off?
Nope.
Oh, that wasn't even the rip.
I can't do all of it, or else it would basically do the wrong thing.
Okay, no, do what you got to do. Do what you got to do.
That's all.
Okay. Woo, yeah, that was on the thicker side, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Here we go.
It's just the outer.
Okay.
Outers are usually nothing.
All right.
Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
Brewers baseball is the sound of summer in Milwaukee. And now you can catch the Brewers on local TV for select Tuesday night games.
Curio sends it deep to left, and there she
It's
goes.
Brew Crew Tuesdays. On April 15th, the Crew take on the Detroit Tigers at 6:40 p.m.
Swing. He went. Another strikeout for Freddie Peralta.
This Brew Crew Tuesday is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. See the action on Fox 6 in Milwaukee and check your local listings for where you can watch over the air statewide on April 15th.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Life's better with American Family Insurance, because whether it's a family road trip in your dream car or hosting a family reunion in your dream home, we help you feel protected so you can enjoy those dreams with peace of mind. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Gear up for a great time as Sports Milwaukee hosts Milwaukee Tailgate Week, presented by Potawatomi Sportsbook. Set for April 24th to the 26th, Milwaukee Tailgate Week features a variety of gridiron activations for all ages, steeped in Milwaukee's iconic sports history, brews, restaurants, and venues. As the 2025 draft takes center stage in Green Bay, Sports Milwaukee and the Cream City are excited to welcome the football world to Wisconsin. For tickets, go to visitmilwaukee.org/tailgate. Brought to you by Visit Milwaukee. Handcrafted, homegrown, world class.
Use promo code VISIT for 50% off.
Carrie, where's Tori Lowe and Dr. Ken at? I'm trying to knock these commercials out.
How am I supposed to know, Sherwin?
Well, I'm about to do their parts because my impressions are on point anyway. This is Dr. Ken Harris from Truth in the Afternoon, and I want you to download the Truth app in the Google Play Store and Apple Store so you can never miss my show or any of the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Really, Kyle?
Sherwin, you are crazy.
Sherwin, your impression of me is horrible. Move. Give me my mic. I guess I'll just repeat what Sherwin said. Go to the Google Play Store or Apple Store to download the 1017 The Truth app today so you can take the home of Milwaukee Black Talk with you wherever you are.
Can't listen live? Download the new 1017 The Truth app on your smartphone today to catch up on all your favorite shows. Search 1017 The Truth on your Google Play Store or Apple App Store so you don't miss out on any of the action. It is Truth to Power on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
Diamonds on fleek. She ain't talking about heat. Put it on. Screw.
It is Truth to Power here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. I am your host, Kyle Walls, here on Truth to Power. And on the other side, I was talking about my first ever Brazilian wax. Ronnie Watson said, first a wax, then your brows, followed by toes and nails, then a BBL. Kyle Jenner. That's funny, y'all. You ain't got to worry about that. I ain't going that far. And then also my friend put in, he texted me, he said, first you free ball at a baby shower, now you getting Brazilians. I forgot about that. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, I completely forgot about that. That was way before, this was before this show started. That was last year. I remember I didn't have any clean draws. I couldn't find any clean draws, so I said, whatever, I guess I just, no jeans on. So I'm sitting there taking photos with people, all this and cheesing. And man, my friend didn't know, and then when he found out, he was like, you did what? I said, yo, bro, I didn't have any clean draws. Rarity. I think I was at my girl crib or something happened. I don't even know. But 833-212-1017. Thank y'all for indulging me. And again, y'all can follow me on Twitter, ESPN Kyle on Twitter, or on Kyle Wallace 414 on Instagram. I'm sure there'll be a video up that will be posted on the socials of the media. Now that we got all the fun stuff out of the way, make sure y'all watch the stream us live on YouTube, 1017 The Truth on YouTube. Make sure y'all give us a thumbs up and a like, and also make sure y'all subscribe to The Truth. Now, life is fun. I like enjoying stuff and doing a lot of fun stuff. But in between me getting a wax and doing some research, I saw some news about stuff going on. And I realized that we are now living in the kingdom of Trump. Now, I say this, and y'all may be thinking, okay, here we go. No, ladies and gentlemen, listen, this is not hyperbolic speech. When I say this, we are living in the reign of not the Trump presidency. This is a reign of Trump, not a presidency of Trump. See, a presidency, y'all, it has checks and balances. See, a presidency includes negotiation, going across the aisle, maybe some partnerships, right? Like, that's what a presidency is. It's working with Congress to approve the rule of law and consider policies, right? Like, that's what a presidency is. It's you respect the decision of our highest court. That's what a presidency is, y'all. Right now, what you are seeing a reign. You are seeing the reign of Donald Trump, and I say that because this is not what we're seeing. We're not seeing the respect of law. We're not seeing the respect of Congress. We're not seeing the respect of the highest courts. We are living in the kingdom of Donald Trump. And yesterday, Donald Trump was joined by the El Salvadorian president. I think I mentioned it a little bit on the air yesterday, but in the Oval Office. And yesterday, when he was joined by the El Salvadorian president, Donald Trump and a foreign leader were in the White House, and they gave a huge middle finger to American democracy. See, I told y'all about this individual named Abrigo Kilmar Garcia. He was the immigrant from El Salvador that lived in Maryland, worked at a sheet metal factory, had a wife here who is American, had a son here as well, who came to America in 2011 and had legal immigration status here in America, and he had to check in with ICE every single year to make sure he was up to date, and he had been doing that. He had been following all the laws, right? He was wrongly deported. The administration, or I should say the reign of Trump or the Trump kingdom, they admitted they wrongly deported this individual, but they refused to bring him back. I've talked about this, right? And so then recently what happened is the highest court in the land of the United States of America, the Supreme Court, ruled unanimously 9-0, saying that the government needs to bring him back. Is that he was wrongfully deported. You admitted he was wrongfully deported. So now you need to bring him back. This is the Supreme Court, y'all. This is the United States Supreme Court. This is a United States Supreme Court that has 6 conservative justices on it. This is the United States Supreme Court. 3 of the justices were all nominated by Donald Trump and approved by Donald Trump. This is what we have. Those individuals, 9-0, ruled that they must bring Abrigo Garcia, who was illegally deported, back to America. But what Trump did yesterday is that he basically said, no, I'm going to defy the court and I'm not going to listen to you. And not only did he do that, he also allowed a man into the Oval Office who was a foreign leader to also say no to our United States Supreme Court, say no to the law of the United States, and second, the assertion that neither El Salvador is going to send him back and United States isn't going to bring him back, even though the kingdom of Trump illegally deported him, and even though the United States Supreme Court said you have to bring him back. Listen, y'all, regardless of who you voted for, okay? Regardless of who you voted for, regardless of what your political belief is, right? We all should agree that it is morally wrong to do something like this. That should be something that we all should be able to agree on. And so when I see things like this, and I see not the fact that he deported him, but the fact that the United States Supreme Court told him you have to bring him back, and he said no. If you say no to the United States Supreme Court, who can control you? I'm serious. Who can control you if the court say something and you say, I'm not going to follow what you said? See, we are teetering in dangerous territory, y'all. When a president can move without checks, without balances, this is when we slowly move into an authoritarian government. I understand y'all think this is hyperbolic, right? Y'all think this is strong language. Me just, trying to, drum up some mess here. No, this is not what it is, y'all. He doesn't listen to anybody. Not even a Supreme Court that has 6 conservatives on it. Not even a Supreme Court that have his hand-picked judges on it. Nobody can rein him in during the reign of Donald Trump, and that should be scary. Now, this situation bothers me a lot, but what bothers me so much is this, is that I'm a people person, right? Like when I think about fiscal and financial and certain things, and even some of the things that comes to social issues, I have a different stance on it. But when it comes to the well-being of people, I am a firm believer that we need to put people first. I'm a believer in the fact that you have a responsibility to work your behind off for yourself personally while also trying to get some assistance. But I believe that we need to help others. And so what bothers me the most is that people were so upset about the student loan forgiveness that was placed by the Biden administration that would forgive up to $20,000 in student loans for people making less than a certain amount of money. this was going to help bring a lot of people into a position where they can spend more money instead of having to pay $300, $400, $500, $600, $700, $800, or maybe even more per month to pay back student loans. I get it. We were 18 years old and we took out these student loans. We should have to pay them back. Okay, I understand that stance. But if the government, which the Biden administration did, was looking to give a reprieve to Americans during a time where inflation was high, the government had decided that they have the means to be able to provide us with some type of relief, right? Reduce the financial burden many of us feel. And the government struck it down. The Supreme Court actually struck it down, and Biden followed the rule of law because he had to, because he respected the courts. But now, seeing somebody like Donald Trump watch a person act as a king and illegally deport someone and threaten to ship Americans, right? Threaten to ship American criminals to a foreign prison, and just hear people say, that's interesting. It's crazy to me. It's crazy that people were so upset about student loan forgiveness, but when you see a man that is defying the courts and doing what he wants, y'all just sit silently? That just doesn't make sense. I get it. He's an immigrant. He's not from here. That's okay. But at what point are we going to start pushing back against some of this? This is more than a slippery slope, y'all. This is a full, wet waterfall of what we are seeing from the Trump administration right now. 833-212-1017. I want to know if y'all ready to push back. Are you concerned? Because right now, I'm telling y'all, this is an authoritarian government that we are shifting into. There are no checks. There are no balances. It is simply, I do as I want, and you cannot stop me. That is dangerous, and it's going to start impacting more and more people. So I'm trying to give the warning signs and say, hey, look here, this is what's happening. But I need y'all to listen and I need y'all to understand. 833-212-1017. Again, that is the Truth Talk to text line. When we come back, I'm going to continue to provide you with more information on why now is the time to fight back. And do understand this, y'all. This man deported people illegally and does not listen to the Supreme Court. But then also, this is only the beginning, because when we come back, I'm going to tell y'all about how Donald Trump is trying to kill the beloved kids' character of Elmo and Arthur. Yes, Donald Trump is trying to kill Elmo and Arthur, and I'll explain more on the other side. This is Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
More of Truth to Power is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
April Brewers action rounds out with the matchup against the Tigers and Athletics. Catch the series opener April 14th as the first 10,000 fans get a Brewers t-shirt designed by Unfinished Legacy. Then get Brewers collectibles at back-to-back games against the Athletics. First up, Peanuts Night on April 18th, featuring a Franklin bobble with special tickets. And don't miss a Brewers football jersey for the first 25,000 fans April 19th. Get set for an action-packed April at Brewers.com.
You said you'd never buy your kid candy from the checkout aisle. Or forget extra diapers. And never give in to a meltdown. You'd never lick your thumb to clean their face. Never let them have too much screen time. And never bribe them for just one more bite. You say you'd never let them out in public without their hair brushed. Never, ever become a minivan mom. And you'd never give them your phone for a quiet dinner.
Calling boss work phone.
So when you say you'd never leave your child in a hot car, no, it can happen. Cars get hot fast, and kids can be at risk in temperatures as low as 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
Nathan has taught me to embrace the moment. Age-wise, I'm in my late 60s. I'm old enough to be his grandfather. Will he be embarrassed to acknowledge me as his dad? I think the most important thing we can do is let them know that they're safe, that they're valued and cared for and loved, and that they're important.
I knew I wanted to be adopted by him because of how he taught me to be the person who I am today. And it's coming from a dad that didn't expect to become a dad. And I feel very proud to be his son.
That was what he needed, and he was what I needed. Every day is full of new opportunities. That's what it's been about, realizing the simple things that it takes to make such a huge difference in these kids' lives.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care at adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Snide. Another tough one for the Milwaukee Brewers as they returned home from their 6-game road trip to lose Game 1 of a 3-game set to Detroit. This one by a final score of 9-1.
This is the 4th time we've been blown out in 17 games. We didn't get blown out 4 times in 162, I don't think. But this is the 4th time in 17 games, so that is concerning.
The loss dropping the Brewers under 500 at an overall record of 8-9. They'll try to rebound tonight with that first pitch set for 6:40. Over to the NFL, where Miami quarterback Cam Ward, the projected #1 pick in the upcoming 2025 NFL Draft, is now one of 17 players confirmed to attend the event in Green Bay next week. That is according to the NFL. And over to the NBA, where the Milwaukee Bucks will begin practice today in preparation for round 1 against the Indiana Pacers. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
You are listening to Truth to Power on 101.7 The Truth app, and streaming live on 101.7 The Truth on YouTube.
Tune in to the award-winning 101.7 The Truth Community Spotlight tomorrow at 3:57 p.m. right here on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. I will speak with Milwaukee College Prep about what they are doing in the community and how they are closing the opportunity gaps for students and focusing on academic success and what their secret sauce is for academic success for their students. So again, that is the Community Spotlight with Milwaukee College Prep at 3:57 p.m. tomorrow on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. This is Truth to Power here on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. I'm Kyle Walsh, your host of Truth to Power. And on the other side, I teased about the future death of Elmo and the future death of Arthur. Now, I say that because Donald Trump is now attacking NPR and PBS. Now, before I tell y'all about how Arthur and Elmo could be gone and no more Sesame Street coming up in the near future, I got to talk to Truth Nation, 833-212-1017. Remember, y'all can also watch and stream us live on YouTube at 101.7 The Truth on YouTube, but you can also call in at 833-212-1017, just like Miss Bonnie did. Miss Bonnie, thanks for calling in. What are your thoughts here on the conversation?
My thoughts about what you were talking about with Trump and not adhering to what the Supreme Court says. He is indeed becoming a dictator and something to really, it's alarming. And we can't even settle on this at all. My thing is that I think a lot of people think when you mention the word, or anybody mentions the word immigrant, they're going to always look Latinos or Hispanic or something of that nature. But all of us, each one of us have different hues, yourself and everyone else, that we could all be immigrants. There are Haitians, there are Africans, there are people from the island, different islands that live here. And my fear is that any one of us, any time, could be picked up. Or if your children are out and about and about an ICE or somebody's out there, they could be picked up and taken away, and we never see them again without going through a lot of legal issues. And, so we'd better wake up, because it's not just the people over there, it's us. I had 2 daughters that were on that went on a cruise a couple of weeks ago. While they were gone, I prayed every day. I said, Lord, with the climate that's now, they didn't know this. They're adults. But the climate that's out there now was thinking, please bring them back home. I was just afraid that something, would happen, that they were stopped or whatever, and they would say, hey, I'm American, I'm this, and they would be taken away.
No.
They didn't even know this, but I prayed on it.
Yeah, Miss Bonnie, I'm right there with you. I'm actually, and thanks for calling. You got one final thought here?
I don't know. I'm talking to a lot of people. I don't even listen to the news anymore. And listening to this today stirs me up. I think I'm just going to have to stop listening to what's going on, because this is getting too frustrating for me.
I understand, Miss Bonnie. Thank you so much for calling in. You got to pick and choose. You're right, because this can be traumatic. I don't think people understand how traumatic it can be, especially for those who care. My girl is someone who cares about people so much. So, I care about people, but she legitimately, what she does, the volunteering that she does, I think I talked about it before, how she currently helps a refugee who is from Burma or Myanmar, and, they had Eid Mubarak a couple weeks ago, and she put the wrap on her head. She went over there for dinner with them, and all her main purpose was to help her get her GED. But now she's part of the family, right? Like, she cares about refugees. She cares about people. And so when you hear these type of things and you see this happening, right, because we say the word immigrant, like Ms. Bonnie said, we use the word immigrant or migrant. We use these terms as if these aren't human beings, right? Like, if these aren't living and breathing individuals, right? Like, these are humans. And for those who are Bible thumpers and love the Bible, who I myself am a believer in Christ, is that you're supposed to care for your brother and sister, right? You're supposed to care for others. And so by sitting there just trying to, minimize somebody into being an immigrant or a migrant, when in reality, yes, that might be the label we use to describe them here in America, but they're human beings first. So we got to start treating people like that. 833-212-1017. Al from Sherman Park, how you doing today, brother?
Hey, how are you doing, Kyle? I'm trying to remain calm and work through all the pieces of this story. So I start asking questions that maybe the media is not answering for me. The first question I had about the immigrant who got deported was like, they said he was checking into ICE yearly. So I looked up the term, why do you need to check into ICE yearly? And that means your immigration status has not been decided yet. And then the second issue I looked into was why was the D.C. judge rejected for halting the status, and basically the judge didn't have jurisdiction over it, because when you arrest somebody, you have to challenge the arrest in the court district in which they're being detained, which was Texas.
He was detained in Maryland.
So the judge in D.C. Are we talking about, okay.
I'm talking about
he was detained in Maryland?
Yeah, he was detained in Maryland. I'm talking about Abrigo Garcia. He was detained in Maryland. He was a Maryland man.
Okay, so then I'm wrong in that aspect of my research on the story, because I thought he was detained in Texas. I maybe getting mixed up with someone else. So,
there's a lot of
issue. And then the other issue was the judge does not have the authority to limit the president's foreign policy actions. If we went to war, the judge would not be able to say, oh, I halt you from making the decision to go to war. That is not the court's purview.
So
we have the
can I ask you a question real quick, Al? So
sure.
Can I ask you a question? So if somebody was detained, right, and you found out that it was mistaken identity, that you did it wrong, and you admitted to saying, yeah, we did, we deported somebody for the wrong reason, you don't think that there should be any type of dignity to bring them back? Like, you made a mistake, why not bring them back? You said that he does not have a record. That's what the administration said, and they said they said that they accidentally sent him there. So if you accidentally sent somebody there, why is it so hard just to bring them back?
So now I got to look into Pam Bondi's claim. What court cases can she point to in which it was determined to be a member of the gang? And that's the court cases that I need to find next.
Pam Bondi did go on, went on Fox News, and they said they still have not been able to actually pinpoint anything. And all she said was the federal court has no authority to direct the executive branch to conduct foreign relations in a particular way or engage in foreign sovereign in given manner. That's what they said. And so at the end of the day, the Supreme Court, which you and I both know, is made up of 3 Trump appointees and then 3 other conservatives on the court. They all ruled 9-0 that he needs to come back. And there's the evidence against him consisted of nothing more than him having a Chicago Bulls hoodie and hat on, right? That's what they said was the connection to the MS-13, right, is that he was part of that because he wore a Bulls hoodie, Bulls hat and hoodie, right? Like that's what they said his connection was.
But the other problem is until his claim is adjudicated that he is a citizen, he still was an original citizen from El Salvador.
He was, but he was here. He was here legally. He was here legally. And again, thank you, Al. But again, the Trump administration has already admitted that he was deported due to an administrative error. So I mean, again, we can try to figure out. But even without, it's confusing, right? We don't understand. We're trying to figure out why somebody wouldn't be brought back. It's simply because somebody is trying to flex their muscle. Now, I want to get to this NPR stuff real quick because, again, I don't want to cause mass hysteria, but I do want to make sure people are updated on everything that's happening. Make sure you watch and stream us live on YouTube. That's 1017 The Truth on YouTube. Now, so the reason why I want to talk about NPR is because of the fact that Trump wants to control public universities, private universities, and he wants to control the media. He wants to control the narrative, right? Like that is the dangerous thing. That is part of why I say this is authoritarian government, right? Because he believes anything that he does not like, he wants to change. He wants to control. He wants to dismantle. And the reason why I keep using the word authoritarian, now, granted, when people were saying this before Trump, before the election of Trump, they say, he's authoritarian. I was like, okay, yeah. No. If you watched Project 2025, you read Project 2025 or looked it up, that was authoritarian type stuff. And if you are seeing what is happening, this is authoritarian type stuff, right? This is what the definition of authoritarian government is. It's authoritarian government is enforcing strict obedience to authority, especially that of the government, at the expense of personal freedoms. At the expense of personal freedoms. And that's what leads me to this next thing, where the Trump administration now hates NPR and hates PBS. In a White House memo that was put out, said for years, American taxpayers have been on the hook for subsidizing national public radio and public broadcasting services, right? Which spread radical, woke propaganda disguised as news. The statement included examples of the White House saying it was trash that passes as news and intolerance from non-leftist viewpoints. This is what we're living in right now. We're living in a place of somebody saying a king, because that's what Donald Trump is acting like, a reign, because that's what we are under. This is not an administration. This is not a presidency. This is the reign of Donald Trump, because we are living in a time where he is saying, if you do not align with the view that I see this country in, then I'm going to cut funding. And he has threatened to cut $1.2 billion. Yes, $1.2 billion from NPR and from PBS, all simply because of the fact that he doesn't like the way that he covers them. 833-212-1017 is absolutely crazy. I want y'all to hear from the horse himself, Donald Trump, talking about what he believes NPR is and PBS. 833-212-1017. Go ahead and go to YouTube and play. Sorry, that one. Go ahead and go to YouTube right now, so you can watch the video of Donald Trump responding to why he does not like NPR and why he does not like PBS.
Would you be interested in defunding and taking away taxpayer dollars to NPR and PBS?
Well, I would love to do that. I think it's very unfair. It's been very biased, the whole group. I mean, a whole group of them. And frankly, there's plenty. Look at all the media you have right now. There's plenty of coverage. I was from a different age. And they spend more money than any other network of its type ever conceived. So the kind of money that's being wasted, and it's a very biased view. You know that better than anybody. And I'd be honored to see it end.
Would you be
To
interested?
see it end. So what Donald Trump is saying is because he don't like, Sesame Street having different races come together, and Elmo talking about, diversity, and Oscar talking about diversity, he wants to see that gone. Bye-bye Sesame Street. Because Donald Trump doesn't like what PBS is doing, what NPR is doing, just reporting on the news. How many biased articles have you seen from NPR? They just report on the news. PBS, they bring education to children. But because Donald Trump doesn't like what they're putting out because it may be critical of him simply because it's stating the facts and doesn't put him in a good light, he wants to eliminate it. So bye-bye Sesame Street, bye-bye Arthur, bye-bye reruns of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, and bye-bye Tiny Desk, all because of this one man that decides that he wants to be an authoritarian leader here in the United States of America, and if it does not align with what his world vision is, he wants to eliminate it. That's how deep down we are. We're seeing funding cuts in different places. He has threatened Harvard University with cutting $2.3 billion, a university that serves a great purpose. Do y'all understand that $2.3 billion isn't for some DEI program? That $2.3 million isn't for some football program. That $2.3 billion isn't for some theater program. That $2.3 billion is for the education of students that go on to go do research, that become doctors. That $2.3 billion helps cure different diseases. That $2.3 billion helps humanity across this globe in this world. So when he threatens universities such as Harvard, who educate some of the best and the brightest students that we have in this country, he is threatening the future of America, the safety of America, the health of America. When he threatens NPR and PBS, he is threatening the education of our students. The man is trying to kill Big Bird. Make this make sense. Why we aren't upset about this is beyond me. And I sit here and I look at some of these Trump voters, and all they can do is say, I didn't know it was going. What you mean you didn't know? We saw how bad it was from 2016 to 2020, and now the second act, or 2017 to 2020, and now the second act is 100% worse, and it hasn't even been 100 days. I'm telling y'all this right now. If you have not been impacted yet, you will be impacted, whether it's directly to you or to a family member. But the man done shot, I shouldn't say shot, that's crazy, especially when somebody gets shot. The man has attacked Big Bird. The man has attacked Sesame Street. The man is eliminating DW. Come on, y'all. At some point, we're going to have to say, what is going on? 833-212-1017. We're having a conversation about Donald Trump attacking NPR and PBS and Harvard, threatening to cut funding from PBS and NPR because they're far left reporting, which helped me find far left reporting from them. I didn't know DW and Arthur were Buster were, trying to get kids to be liberals. But Donald Trump does. Again, you can watch and stream us live on YouTube. As always, you can give a like to this as well. Truth to Power right here on YouTube. On the other side, we'll wrap up the show as we discuss and continue to break down the current state that we are living in the reign, in the kingdom of Donald Trump.
It is Truth to Power on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
Brewers baseball is the sound of summer in Milwaukee. And now you can catch the Brewers on local TV for select Tuesday night games.
Curio sends it deep to left, and there she
It's Brew Crew Tuesdays. On April 15th, the Crew take on the Detroit Tigers at 6:40 p.m.
Swing. He went. Another strikeout for Freddie Peralta.
This Brew Crew Tuesday is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. See the action on Fox 6 in Milwaukee and check your local listings for where you can watch over the air statewide on April 15th.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Gear up for a great time as Sports Milwaukee hosts Milwaukee Tailgate Week, presented by Potawatomi Sportsbook. Set for April 24th to the 26th, Milwaukee Tailgate Week features a variety of gridiron activations for all ages, steeped in Milwaukee's iconic sports history, brews, restaurants, and venues. As the 2025 draft takes center stage in Green Bay, Sports Milwaukee and the Cream City are excited to welcome the football world to Wisconsin. For tickets, go to visitmilwaukee.org/tailgate. Brought to you by Visit Milwaukee, handcrafted, homegrown, world class.
Use promo code VISIT for 50% off.
Are you looking for an opportunity to better the Milwaukee community? Do you want to develop your skills for a career or job? City of Milwaukee is recruiting for its 16th cohort of AmeriCorps members. We are hiring young adults ages 18 to 25 to serve our amazing scholars in Milwaukee Public Schools. This opportunity allows you to serve your community and gain professional development, which will allow you to enter the workforce, your next educational journey, or even stay with us for a second year of service. Visit cityyear.org to connect with our local recruiters and learn how to apply by Friday, May 2nd.
More than 6 million kids in the U.S. have ADHD, and many aren't getting the support they need. At understood.org, we can help. Sometimes in class, the only thing your child can focus on are the thoughts racing through their head.
Why am I always falling behind? Why do I feel so alone? So different.
Your child is looking to you for answers. But as a parent, you probably have a lot of questions too. What should I do next? Where do I even start? At understood.org, we provide parents with the resources they need to help kids with ADHD thrive. Your child wants to thrive. Be the reason they do. Visit understood.org/the reason to get started.
More of Truth to Power is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
1, 2, 3, ho!
April is Financial Literacy Month, and The Truth has you covered on learning about how you can best manage your finances. All April on Jammin' with Juice with Benjamin and Carrie Noni. We will speak with Nina Johnson, Senior Vice President and Wisconsin Branch Banking Market Leader from U.S. Bank. They will discuss financial strategies and tools they offer their customers to help enhance your financial management skills. Financial Literacy Month on the award-winning 1017 The Truth is sponsored by U.S. Bank. Visit your local U.S. Bank branch today. This has been Truth to Power here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. I appreciate y'all joining in on the conversation, from the nonsense all the way to the serious stuff. And I'll end with this. Shout out to all the ladies who get Brazilian waxes. I want to say shout out to y'all because I did just get a Brazilian wax yesterday for a good cause. If you want to see my reaction to the video, go ahead and go back to the front of this YouTube stream, or go back and go to 1017 The Truth on YouTube so you can watch it. But I got a Brazilian wax done for a good cause. We raised money for the MAC Fund against childhood cancer. So somebody gave $1,000 for me getting a wax, and I said, all right, well, I'll do that. So shout out to y'all ladies who always endure that, or men who endure that as well. But I want to thank y'all again for tuning in to Truth to Power here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Tori Lowe show is up next. Peace out. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Tune into the award-winning 1017 The Truth Community Spotlight this Wednesday at 3:57 p.m. between the Tori Lowe